Hello, everybody. I am Techno Void, your host, and the storm that is approaching. And with me is your favorite Pokemon analyst, Hamster Wings. How you doing, Hamster Wings?
Provoking.
You provoking? Uh, ring, grumble, grumble. I'm the storm. I'm about 5 minutes away. Rumble,
Oh,
rumble. Be ready. We're going out to Taipei, Tokyo. Hope you're ready.
well,
Get your nice fancy suit on.
okay. Clearly you don't know. There's a song that goes, "I am the storm that is approaching," and the next line is provoking.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. Okay, so here we are with Kotard versus Burnt in week 4. Let's get straight into it. What do you think about these teams? I know we have a lot to say about some of these turns, but just a brief overview.
Yeah. So on Kotar's side, I actually see like a nice little, not fully committed to Trick Room team, which I kind of like. There's a Crobat. There's a Valiant. Uh, I think
I
if
think there's
speed is
that is Valiant, yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
Thank you. I think that if speed is utilized in different ways, this team could be a good mix-up into Burnt.
Yep. Yeah, Burnt definitely has like the Caparaja, which is very, very good into Trick Room. Honestly, something like Blastoise, which is very good at stalling TR out.
Yeah,
And then outside of that,
Blastoise is like public enemy number one of Trick Room,
yeah.
especially with nothing on Kotard's team to hit it. Like it is very hard to break Blastoise with this team.
Yeah. No stabs that hurt it, and then you could get like a big facade off potentially, or like a big close combat from Valiant, but like that's kind of it.
Yep. Uh, as for Burnt has a much, I guess, better Tailwind setter in Shaman, but notably Crobat's faster.
Uh huh.
So actually, if Kotard wanted to go into Tailwind this match as like a half Tailwind, half Trick Room team, I would actually give him the advantage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because of the how the speed works. You could Tailwind up as Crobat, and then your secondary Pokemon would then be faster than Shaman before Shaman could set up the Tailwind, and I don't know, you could like Ice Punch it or something
Yeah,
and just delete
even
it.
an Ice Beam from Cress would probably do it in.
I imagine so. I mean, Cress is, it's defensive, but what is its special attacks? I feel like it's not that bad. It's like 80 or 90, right? I don't
It's
know.
nothing special.
Well, it's special. It's not physical.
Uh, no, it's about equal.
Is it really?
Yeah, 70-75.
Okay, all right. I mean, 75 is, it's not amazing, but yeah, a quad resist. Anyways, yeah, I see. If Kotar does really want to go into that TR, then Caparaj is obviously going to be a problem. Blaster is going to be a problem. I think Burnt probably. Now, I'm only saying that because I've seen the match, so I will keep that. That's not a real call. All right, should we get into it?
Sure.
Okay, all right. Yeah, there's definitely some things to be learned here. So talk to me about this lead.
I didn't get one and go. All right, so right off the bat, we actually see the Crobat, and on Burnt's side, I'd be kind of confused as to what to do here. But Crobat immediately goes for Brave Bird into the Iron Moth, which is not expected, but
Does delete it.
doubling into Iron Moth turn one takes it down.
So at
Honestly, honestly, a great start from Grotard.
yeah. So I guess predicting the protect there, or predicting the fake out there,
Yeah, most
probably.
likely.
Deletes Coder Cloak. So this don't. So the as we discussed about the two most dangerous things in TR currently out, goes for it anyways. How do you feel about that?
I hate this.
Okay. Should I stop here? Or do you want to keep going before we?
No, we can talk. Having Crobat out right now is a liability.
Uh huh.
If you wanted to go for Trick Room here,
You needed to U-turn.
the turn, yeah, the play would have been to U-turn with Crobat, or just sack it.
Yeah, because right now you have set up a trick room that your opponent benefits from way more than you do right now, because he has two very good Pokemon at stalling slash utilizing trick room. You have a bulky Cresselia and a Crobat that is just protected. And I get the protect for the fake out, but no.
Caparaja is notably slower than anything Kotard can send out.
Uh-huh.
Like Ursaluna, it underspeeds it by 20 base. If Caparaja is spec to deal with Trick Room, Caparaja is always going first. Caparaja won't kill Ursaluna, but it's kind of clear that the only play here is to have gotten Ursaluna in on the Trick Room turn.
Right. Yeah, because then it becomes burnt before its first turn in action, and it gets a chance to actually facade on that first turn that it's playing.
If you needed to sack Crobat to get Ursaluna in at full, I understand. Then I think it would be...
Don't protect.
I think protect isn't, like, awful to get your burn, because you're not killing Caparaja without it.
Uh-huh. I meant not protect on the Crobat, because, like, you want the Crobat to be sacked.
Never click protect on Crobat here.
Yeah. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, so now we're protecting on the Cress.
It does save its life from Caparaja. Now we see that Scald actually wouldn't have even killed. And the slow U-turn with Crobat here is alright after the... Like, it's probably the best option after what happened last turn.
Uh-huh.
This gets Ursaluna in. Ursaluna is probably going to protect to activate the burn, but that is a lot of Trick Room team. Their turn's already gone.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I think what I would do here is double out to Cress and Earthquake. But the Burnt does predict that fairly well.
Mm-hmm.
That is not what happens, actually, and Kotard makes a great play there, honestly, based on what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can see, Trick Room is down to one turn left already.
Yeah, and Shaman's out. Shaman can stall it out and do whatever it wants on the following turn.
And Burnt has just proper switch-ins to everything going on here.
Mm-hmm.
And now Trick Room is gone, and Kotard's in a horrible position.
Uh-huh.
Wordeer comes out again. This Ursaluna is not doing any more damage.
Yeah, it needs to switch out.
It needed to leave that turn. Heavy slamming into the Shaman is not going to do anything. It's at -1. This is the turn where I wanted to scream.
Right, right. Yeah, a hard switch into Valiant with the Shaman out here. So switching out the Ursaluna, yes, that did need to happen. I think Mimikyu needed to come in here.
Yeah, go Mimikyu.
Yeah, I think Mimikyu needed to go in here. It has that disguise.
Mimikyu is literally built to always live a switch in.
Yeah. And just, especially with that Quark Drive speed, like, you really want that thing coming in safely, or else this happens. And also, that Protect also just doesn't seem like a good idea.
No, I don't think it accomplished anything.
Yeah, you've
saved Aggron, but for what?
Yeah.
Losing Aggron basically gives you a double down there, which would be incredible to get Trick Room up again.
Mm-hmm. Trick Room Ursaluna, something like that.
Yeah, good call into that. Mimikyu flinching is, I guess, a big deal. It went for Trick Room.
Yeah. Like,
almost certainly.
But, like, Trick Room with Cress on the field, I'm not sure that's that valuable. Because it's not...
Yeah.
I don't remember this Cress. I don't think it's offensive.
Going for Will-O-Wisp there is... I don't dislike it.
Uh-huh.
But with Ursaluna being your only attacker remaining, you need momentum.
Yeah. Yeah, especially because it was obvious that something was going to die this turn. You know, well, it ended up being a double down even. It was, I forgot that the other one hadn't gone, so it was basically definitely double down. You wanted TR up for these last two.
Yeah, given TR would not have gone up because it has so much negative priority.
Right, yeah.
Mimikyu would have just died.
That's true. Yep. Fair enough. And yeah, I mean, the heavy slam into the Kaparaja, it's never doing any damage.
Yeah, Facade into Heracross takes KO, of course, because, I mean, that's a very strong burnt Ursaluna.
Yeah.
But out comes Wordeer, and there's no counterplay left.
Yeah. Immediately switching into the Blastoise. These two just completely wall anything Crocodile can do. Can we talk about that Protect?
I guess. I mean, at this point, every turn you don't attack, you're losing something. Because you just have the slower team.
Yeah. Like,
something is guaranteed going to die this turn. And unless you want to 50-50 it, which it's not a 50-50, it's less than a 50-50, you need to attack with both.
Yeah. To be clear, it probably would have died had it not protected. Did it get... No, because that was a switch. So it's like, if something attacked into that slot, it would have died. But now it's just going to die next turn, because you haven't improved your game state at all. You are still burned, you are losing damage, you have the attack drop. All you've really succeeded in doing here is turning a 2v2 into a 2v1.
Momentum is a complicated concept in Pokemon. And honestly, in this whole match, Burnt didn't even have, like, a ton of momentum.
Yeah.
Cotard just had extremely negative momentum.
Yeah, Burnt kept Burnt basically was constantly playing on the back foot with switches, and it kind of just didn't matter, because as long as he just kept switching, Cotard just couldn't really do anything, because the team just didn't have the firepower it needed, and the firepower it did have, it was just not utilizing. The Ursaluna, for, several turns in the match being at, a negative attack, the what do you call it, Aggron just heavy slamming into very heavy Pokemon, the Valiant going down instantly.
Yeah.
I mean, the Crobat I can sort of forgive, sort of in the beginning, because you're not expecting that, the Rocky Helmet. And he did, to his credit, take care of the Iron Moth very, very quickly. But I kind of feel like Cresselia was a detriment here.
Yeah. Plus, just, like, one word of advice going forward. You know what's awesome?
Choice
in
items.
Every single game.
Choice items.
Choice specs Iron Valiant.
Yeah, I mean, at this point,
I know choice items are scary, but I think when you have a problem of protecting too much, they're the best teacher
to just
how not to protect too much.
Yeah, I think with the protects, there's obviously some value to protecting, especially when you're not in TR, when you're trying to get it back up. I think there is definitely some use to protecting, to stalling certain things out and sort of setting up other Pokemon. The real issue with it is Protect loses momentum.
Always.
If you are not using Protect specifically to regain momentum through another Pokemon, like you're blocking out a last run of Tailwind, or you're blocking out a Fake Out or whatever, while something like Mimikyu sets up TR, that's good. But when you don't have momentum, protecting simply pushes the inevitable back a turn. And if you're not protecting on both Pokemon, you're essentially allowing things to just drop like flies.
Yeah.
So it's rough.
And I think generally in most games you don't want all of your Pokemon to have Protect.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, any final notes here? We talked a lot about Cotard. What about Burnt?
I think Burnt played pretty well.
Yeah.
I understand why Tailwind never went up. I understand why Copperaj's here. Copperaj put in a ton of work.
Yeah, for sure.
Iron Moth kind of got bodied, like, turn one.
Yeah.
Which...
Moth's been having a rough season, and I don't think any of it is Burnt's fault. I think it's just not really had a good chance to pop off.
Yeah, a lot of burnt opponents seem to prep a lot into Moth.
Uh-huh. Wordier, honestly, I gotta give props to Wordier though. Like, I
Yeah,
never see
no,
this
Wordier
thing.
did great this game.
I never see this thing as like a genuine threat, but like, yeah, getting up there. We talked last week, I think in last week's recap, about how all Wordier does is intimidate and set up reflect, and yeah,
It did
that's
that.
what it did.
It did it real good.
It did it. So honestly, props there. All right, but let's get on into our next match. We've got Diggory versus Ko. Talk to me. I'm not sure why we're talking about this match, so you tell me why.
Okay. This is kind of the battle of two balanced teams.
Mm-hmm.
Both of these teams are balanced.
I'm sorry, there's nothing balanced about gouging fire.
Well, yeah, I know.
That was a joke. Haha.
It's up for being suspected and know you soon.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, basically two balanced teams. And the difference in play and the difference in like what reads happen in this match, what prioritization happens in this match, I just thought it was interesting.
Okay.
So on Ko's side, there's a actually pretty distinct lack of offense.
It really comes down to Mawile, doesn't it? And I guess Dragonite to an extent.
Mawile and Dragonite are the two big ones. Latias can be offensive.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it as much this season. Vaporeon and Audino are not.
Mm-hmm.
They're just not. And Incineroar, I mean, it is the GOAT of supports.
Right. So what does Ko really have to do to break through Diggory's team?
Honestly, I think Incineroar is like a great answer to Gouging Fire. Even if Gouging Fire is clear Amulet, it has tools to get around that. Like, of course, not every, but a lot of Incineroars pack Knockoff, a lot of Incineroars pack Parting Shot. So there's still answers to the Gouging Fire, even though it has clear Amulet.
Uh-huh.
You probably need a fair bit of defense, and your Spadef can probably go by the wayside this game because Walking Wake is killing you anyway.
Hmm.
Outside of that, getting Mawile to do anything in this game is real hard. It's just like there's a lot of fast on the opposing side, and there's a lot of I don't care about Mawile.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Mawile's particularly nice into something like Screamtail, but like Gouging Fire, Torkoal, Bronzong, Diggory has a lot of good switch-ins into most of what Mawile can do.
Yeah, Mawile has a rough time doing what it wants to do, really.
Yeah.
So a lot of this match kind of falls on Dragonite.
Hmm. Yeah, that's
And
true. Yeah.
Dragonite is not that reliable because, I mean, a big thing you want into Diggory's team is Dragon offense.
Uh-huh.
Dragonite doesn't have that. Latias has that a lot more than Dragonite has that.
It would like Draco, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is an important match to run Draco, maybe even Draco Eject Pack.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Dig.
I would not be against Draco Eject Pack in this game. I think it's decent.
Every Pokemon that has a gender here is gendered female. That's fun.
It's true.
Alright, let's get into it. In the past, only turtles had genders.
I don't think so.
Well,
Anyway,
talk to me about this
So-
lead.
so we see the very scary support lead of Screamtail. Goes right off the bat, setting up a Reflect, kind of crippling Dragonite. Scald does about as much as you would expect to a Torkoal. Torkoal's especially frail, but the sun's up. Walking Wake comes in right off the bat. I kind of like this switch because, especially there.
Good mental herb.
Yeah, this turn would have gone crazy if Ko had read the switch into Walking Wake.
Uh-huh.
Because Diggory thought Walking Wake was completely safe because Encore was coming out into the Dragonite, and the Dragonite just mental herbed it.
Yeah. That's very good. Unfortunately, the Intimidate not doing much here. And we also see, I also think this is kind of important, the Covert Cloak on the Screamtail allowing
Yeah.
it to avoid that speed drop, which is kind of important for it, because it's basically a Prankstermon right now.
Yeah. It's also important that now you know Screamtail's item.
Yeah.
Gouging Fire comes right in on the Mawile, which I think is the right play. It's not going to be able to intimidate you anymore. Given this Gouging Fire actually has a Covert Cloak. Or not a Covert Cloak.
Clear Amulet.
Clear Amulet.
Yeah.
Thank you. Mawile's clearly in a horrible spot here, so it protects. I think it's a pretty good protect.
Ally switch Dragon Dance.
Ally switch Dragon Dance, yeah, I mean, that's scary. Gets off the surprise Weather Ball, which is good tech, but unfortunately the Ally switch has completely just deflated it.
Yeah.
Out comes Incineroar, revealing the Clear Amulet.
Taking a lot of damage from rocks there.
Yeah, a lot of damage from Stealth Rocks.
Good setup.
Gouging Fire kills Incineroar!
Yeah, doesn't do that without the rocks damage.
Yeah, and now suddenly Ko's in a very scary position. Because even if Ko double protects here and Gouging Fire is forced to switch or go to sleep, which we see it's going to go to sleep. He crashed again. One-shots Vaporeon from 70%.
Insane Pokemon.
Yeah. Good time for Latios to come out. I figure the Dragon attack into that slot is pretty obvious. I would maybe switch it up.
Yeah.
But regardless, it was a good time to bring in Latios.
Very interesting to see both of these teams using, like... Because, like, obviously Icy Wind is more common than Bulldoze, for sure. But, like,
Yeah.
Icy Wind is generally not used as often as something like Tailwind and TR. At least, I don't know about VGC, but at least in our format, I feel like Tailwind gets used more often in terms of speed control. It is interesting to see both of these teams going for that sort of speed dropping tech, because I think it's good. I think it works here, but really that Screamtail having that Covert Cloak is just so valuable here.
Yeah, and Icy Wind is becoming like more and more unreliable because, like, as you said, the Covert Cloak on Screamtail, the Clear Amulet on Gouging Fire.
Yeah, you're slowing down this Silvally, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, Silvally doesn't really care. Free turn to attack with Mawile here, which is always nice. That's kind of Ko's win condition right now, is looking for free turns to attack with Mawile.
But again, another switch and into the Bronzong just continues eating those play roughs.
Yeah.
Like a goat.
And I mean, Mawile doesn't have much in the way to do anything about that. We see Bronzong takes absolutely nothing from that. That is disgusting.
Yeah. It's light screen, though, right? There's a light screen up? Or is that reflect?
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's light screen. I'm assuming at this point Mawile doesn't have Sucker Punch.
Yeah. I think that's fair. Does get the Rock Slide out, which is going to kill the Torkoal. Unfortunately, there are 6 turns of Sun left, and there is no way Diggory can't not abuse that, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Like, this match is over before the sun goes down,
This
probably.
is a super important turn, or this turn and the next turn are super important turns. Goes straight for the play rough into Walking Lake. Gets healed up. I'm pretty sure Mawile would have died to just one Hydro Steam there. And now, yeah, this turn, Diggory immaculately reads the ally switch.
I want to know,
and
had it
that
revealed
seals
it
the game.
before? Okay, it did reveal.
It did reveal it before. That was a great read, and it pretty much seals the game. Latios can come out, Dragonite can come out, but
Goes for another ally switch, but nope.
You can't stop this Walking Lake anymore.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if had the ally switch succeeded, you could Draco it, but I mean, at that point, you have a Latios, and the Gouging Fire still exists.
And the Stealth Rocks, again, putting in so much work in this game.
Yeah. So that is the match. Oh, the Habanberry! Oh, no.
Yeah.
Wasn't enough. Good match.
Yeah, I think it was pretty well played by both sides. Diggory's, like, very crucial read, I think, is what sealed the game entirely.
Mm-hmm.
But there were a lot of other factors contributing to it, like Ensign going down as early as it did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think
that's a pretty big one.
Yeah, I think several things on Diggory's side just were really, really just sort of immaculate. The stealth rocks, obviously huge stealth rocks, allowing the kill on the Ensign on that first turn. The covert cloak protecting Screamtail from all of those speed drops, which would have really, really hurt Diggory. Several things here.
I do think that on Ko's side, I'm not sure how he came to the conclusion to use Icy Wind over Tailwind.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think it's enough here. Especially not when you can reliably expect Walking Wake to always come in with a speed boost.
Mm-hmm.
As well as Screamtail.
Right.
I think you needed that real 2x to really deal with the speed of Diggory's team.
I can see that, yeah. And really, I think, honestly, huge props to Bronzong, which has been kind of pulling so much weight this season. I don't know how many options because obviously Ko attacked a lot into slot, like, play roughs into, like, dragon slots pretty frequently this game. And there's, like, the Dragon Pulse or whatever that the Screamtail blocked. Diggory just so consistently bringing in this Bronzong to just eat hits from the Mawile, where the Mawile was the biggest defensive threat in the team.
Yeah. Another notable thing about Ko's team is there's no ground type.
Yeah. Do you think
Bronzong can freely run heat proof?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you think things might have gone differently for Ko if Dragonite came out earlier? Obviously, the big issue with Dragonite is while Sun is up, it simply loses to Diggory's Dragon types. But I'm curious if there was... There was no way it was...
I mean, think about Dragonite's move pool.
Yeah.
There's not really good physical dragon attacks.
That's true. It's still like Draco, right? It's like base 100 special, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's not enough for something like Gouging Fire, as defensive as it is.
Fair enough. And I guess Ko did run Tailwind. I kind of forgot because that was so early in the game.
Yeah. I mean, Tailwind did come, but Icy Wind was clicked a lot more often.
Yeah. That's actually, so we were talking at the beginning of the match about how Dragonite was a particularly important offensive threat, and we can see from the Mental Herb and the Tailwind and the Bulldoze, everything that the Dragonite revealed, suggesting that it's more of a supportive set, which I just feel like you don't have the damage.
Yeah.
I mean, so Latias was sort of taking that more offensive role here.
Which makes sense too.
Yeah, for sure. But really, other than the Latias, it's like, you have that Mawile, and Mawile, as we can see, is blocked out by several of these Pokemon. So yeah, kind of rough matchup for Ko there. Okay, any final thoughts, or shall we head into the final match of the week?
I think what would have been really scary on Mawile, which I think what would have been really scary from Mawile, given this is risky.
Yeah.
But running knockoff on it would have done so much in this match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, any Bronzong switch in is gonna kill.
Yeah, does it? It comes close.
Yeah, I mean, it comes very close, and it's no longer a reliable switch-in.
That's true. It's a good point. All right.
I'm sure after taking one knockoff, it'll die to a play rough.
That's probably true. That's very likely. All right, cool. Let's head on into this week. We will be going back and talking about the friend ball match. Obviously, Diggory and Meteor Barrel will be covering this one as well, but Hamster just had a few things to say
here. And before
here.
Us, too.
Huh?
Before us, too.
What do you mean? They haven't uploaded it?
Yeah, but it'll come up before this video.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah. All right,
anyway.
What'd you have to say here?
I just want you to keep an eye on Alolan Sandslash this game, because it kind of goes off.
Okay, alright. Should I just get straight into it, or do you have anything to say about the teams?
No, we can talk about the teams.
Okay.
From Hoser's side, we see not fully standard, because, I mean, look, there's an Oricorio here. That's a little weird. But we see kind of his like, solid top three that have been coming to a lot of games, the A9, the Venusaur, and the Landorus.
Yep. The Gothorita, which has been a mainstay as well.
Yeah, we've seen a fair bit of Gothorita too.
I think it's come to every match, I think. Really,
It's
really, really, really likes that shadow tag.
You might be right. But even though those three are here, you then see like I was about to say Ursaluna, but no, that thing's name is Urshifu.
It's a different bear.
Yeah. It's scary. Like intimidate means nothing to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna go right through. Surging strikes probably does like 30 to 40% to Venusaur even.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a scary mon on this team. It's not something you want to trap in because even if you intimidate it, it's just critting.
Right.
Slowbro is Slowking is a fantastic bring to this match. Hard to deal with. Basically, only Landers can. And Serena, it puts in work. It's not like great type matchup wise, but it's not something you want to lock in because it's immune to fake out. It's got a decent amount going for it.
Mm-hmm. You said to watch the Sandslash this game. I also want to point out the Alolan, the other Alolan here, the Ninetales, just because there's something that we haven't seen from Ninetales at all this season, which really, really surprises me. But we'll get there.
Sure.
I'm very surprised. So, lead here from these two C tiers. Obviously, we have a Fake Outer, and a Dancer. That Urshifu is just right there.
Yep, and there it goes. Wasting absolutely no time, switching into the immunity.
Yep, no Fake
Kind
Out
of love
here.
to see it out. Kind of love to see it.
And
Tailwind goes up turn 1 for basically free as Oricorio gets up a Quiver Dance, but that still leaves it slower than the opposing side.
Mm-hmm.
Landers comes out, gets its Intimidate off, only really affecting Serena as Altaria reveals its special set, which is probably its most common set.
I want to say Greed on the double there, but I also, because you're slower, even in the Tailwind, I do kind of get it.
Yep, I understand.
But yet Serena here with the triple axle just doesn't give a shit.
Yep, now Urshifu comes right in. Understandable, especially if you predict the Aurora Veil from Ninetales, which I think is the thing you're referring to.
Yeah, I guess I'm really, really surprised. Hoser, as far as I can tell, has never, ever run AV on this thing. Or I guess Aurora Veil. I should call it Aurora Veil because AV is Assault Vest. I'm very surprised. I totally respect the hyper offense, not even hyper offense, but like very offensive Ninetales that we've seen the past few weeks. But it's just so strange to me that like opposing teams have used more Aurora Veil into Hoser's team because Hoser has the snow than Hoser has. Because Hoser, in terms of ice types, in terms of Pokemon that benefit from snow, it really just is the Ninetales itself.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm just surprised.
I mean, this is more of a balanced team, and you do tend to see Aurora Veil on more of a hyper offense team. But regardless, it's an incredible move.
Yeah, I'm very surprised, especially as we get into the Sandslash later in the game here. I just think that Sandslash makes so much better use out of the snow than the Ninetales does, who set it up.
Yeah.
I totally get bringing it. I could honestly see a really nice Ninetales potentially like Scarf set if you really just, want to click those blizzards. Because that is another benefit of snow, is you can click the blizzards. Like, fucking who gives a shit?
Yeah, of course.
So that's really, really nice. But I'm surprised to see the protects against a team against Urshifu. And obviously, like here, because you have the Urshifu, the Aurora Veil isn't as important because it can always crit through it. But I'm just surprised in that case to see the protect.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if Hoser will ever run it or not.
Regardless, the GOAT comes in.
Yep.
And Venusaur is a very scary thing to have on the field right now. Because, well, it beat both of the Pokemon that were out before. Doesn't beat Alolan Sandslash much, but it does still carry Earth Power.
Mm-hmm.
Sandslash gets up the Aurora Veil, which is about to go crazy because look at that. It lived that easily. Not to mention Sandslash is pretty fast here, I think, because of the Good old Slush Rush.
Yeah.
That's the name of that ability.
I'm not huge on the what do you call it? The ally switch here.
I get it. It worked out, especially in that case.
Sure.
Venusaur protects here. That's always scary because, Urshifu.
Right, yeah. It does just go for another rock slide here.
Yep. Which does not make contact, so that does not go through.
Yeah, sort of to use it. I guess the protect is mainly there to block out the slush rush.
Serena comes back out, predicting the fake out, and good prediction on Hoser's part to just CC right there.
Yep.
Is rewarded with a critical hit, but once again, that Aurora Veil just like it's putting in work.
He bro
Now,
don't care.
This is a don't stop doing this.
Is that the third? Is that the third time this match?
Well, no, there was literally no point to doing that.
Yeah.
Even if you were predicting a switch, they literally can't switch. You have a Gothorita on the field.
Yeah.
Anyway, now Qian Pao comes out, and another ally switch comes out as Qian Pao takes out Gothorita without much issue.
Yeah, I don't see the point of that. I feel like both of these slots have an ice attacking move, and I think both of them kill with it. I mean, Serena with triple axle might not kill Venusaur just because of the thick fat, but I feel like it's close.
I don't think it kills.
Yeah, fair enough. Alright.
Protect from Venusaur, gonna stop the Sucker Punch. Qian Pao is gonna live this with 2%. Very nice for Qian Pao. Qian Pao doesn't need to go for Sucker Punch. It is the fastest thing here. Venusaur getting the double protect.
Yeah.
Makes sense to go for it. In this case, I mean, yeah, when you're down that far, it's a pretty good call. Risky, obviously, but, it paid off here. But now Slowbro comes in, and you're like, well, what do you do to Slowking? I keep saying Slowbro, but it's Slowking.
Yeah, Blizzard doing absolutely nothing to it.
As you're gonna see, it's gonna just completely eat that super effective hit.
Yeah. Very nice Icy Wind here.
Yeah, Icy Wind here is super good.
Yeah, like this... Yeah.
Switching isn't possible. You don't need to call Protects anymore because of the Icy Wind.
Yeah,
now, Venusaur is still going to go before Slowking, but notably Slowking did not die there on that turn.
Can we talk about that future sight? I don't get that. I feel like you just kill Venu there.
It depends on what moves Slowking had, but I'm pretty sure at that HP, Venusaur would have died to, like, Sludge Bomb. Yeah. Assuming you didn't have another Psychic attack other than Future Sight.
Yeah, I mean, so I do, like... how many turns later is it? Is it 2 turns later?
Yeah.
I just feel like that's super, super threatening. Because obviously at this point you can just bring in, like, Urshifu. Urshifu is faster. Urshifu can kill. But I just feel like at this point you have such a big advantage that, like, basically stalling out 2 extra turns just gives Hoser a chance to potentially bring things back. Because it's basically a non-move on Slowking when the match is not going to last another 2 turns. But,
yeah. Even so, Slowking's pretty safe here. If it feels threatened, it can Egg can sack Serena. I honestly don't agree with that Protect, because you don't know for sure that Urshifu is choiced, so you should try to attack it just in case. Even with minus speed, there's a world in which Egg doesn't have good EVs. You should attack there.
Yeah.
But regardless, honestly, great match.
Mm-hmm. Did you have that? Okay. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was pretty informative. There was a lot of turns that, went a certain way.
Yeah.
The good prediction on the Search into the Queenly Majesty. Urshifu putting in a lot of work in this game, even though it only clicked, like, Surging Strikes once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think... I guess I was just really surprised to see as much protecting from Hoser as we did, given that the Surging Strikes was there. And as
it was a lot of protects, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here's a question. I actually don't know this. Does the defense boost for ice types in snow, do crits go through that or no?
I think so.
Okay. All right. So then either way, the Ninetales.
Actually, do they? I don't know.
Regardless, the Surging Strike, even the first one, did enough damage that even with that snow boost, I'm pretty sure it died to 3 of them. So the Protect that turn, whether it succeeded or failed, didn't matter. That Ninetales was dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, honestly, I think Gothorita this game kind of hurt.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
All right, cool. Well, that is all we have for this week. Do you have any final words for people going into the next one, whatever week next week is? 5? It's 5. That's crazy.
Not really.
Cool.
I guess kind of the standard advice of don't plan your match, plan your opponent's match.
You just stole that from Diggory.
Yeah, I did.
You know what I'm gonna steal from Diggory?
What?
Whopper, whopper, whopper. Did you see that video?
Yeah.
Like gouging fire.